What's cracking, y'all? You are now watching Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
The Los Angeles Lakers have just won their first opening night game since 2016. 2016. We are coming across 10 years soon. 2 more years will make it 10 years. The last time they won an opening night game was 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, that would have been the year after Kobe Bryant's final game. The season after Kobe. That is how long it's been. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a long time. Now, before I get into my thoughts about the game and my team, the Lakers, let's take a quick look at the box score, and then I'll talk about it. So as you know, the Minnesota Timberwolves no longer have Karl-Anthony Towns, a.k.a. Cat, my most hated player, in a trade for Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo. Randle, in 34 minutes, had 16 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, on 5 for 10, 1 for 3 from three-point land. McDaniels had 6 points on 3 for 8 shooting, nothing else notable. Rudy Gobert, not a fan of him, had 13 points, 14 rebounds, 1 block shot, 2 assists on 5 for 8 with a minus 10 plus minus. Mike Conley in 20 minutes had 5 points. I think Mike Conley is starting to show his age a little bit, but hey, I could be wrong. And Edwards in 41 minutes, by far and away played the most minutes on the team. Had 27 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 turnovers on 10 for 25 shooting, 5 for 13 from three-point land, and netted a neutral plus minus for the team. They didn't get much contributions from their bench. Notably, Joe Ingles only played 7 minutes. Naz Reid played 26 minutes. Had a good game, 12 points, 4 rebounds in his role. Donte DiVincenzo was all talk about in his three-point shooting. Struggled from three-point land, 2 for 8, 3 for 11 overall for 10 points. And the Minnesota Timberwolves really aren't a deep team. Thus, they didn't go that deep into their bench. Looking at the Los Angeles Lakers, who in my opinion are one of the deeper teams that we have in the NBA, and Anthony Davis led the way. 36 huge points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks on 11 for 23 shooting. Shot 13 for 15 from the free throw line. Rui Hachimura stepped up big with 18 points, 7 for 14 shooting. LeBron James, despite the numbers, see, that's why numbers aren't everything. LeBron James, in my opinion, played a damn good game. The type of game I like to see from him, but I'll get into that more. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 block shots, minus 6 on the plus-minus scale. D'Lo had 9 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists on 4 for 12. Struggled from 3, 1 for 7. Austin Reeves, 36 minutes, had 12 points on 6 for 14, was aggressive. 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And they went pretty deep into their bench. They had 5 players come off the bench. If you want to include Bronny James, who only played 3 minutes just so that he could come out on the floor with his dad, but shot 0-2 from the field, which would be 0-1 for three-point land with a minus 5. Their other sensational rookie, Mr. Connect, played 16 minutes, had 5 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 2 for 4 from the field. Gabe Vincent, Hayes, and Christie more or less played their role in the minutes that they were given. I'm not a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, never been. I was liking Ant Edwards last season until some things that he said, some things I seen on the floor, and then before even the playoffs, I had started taking stock out of Ant Edwards. And I was like, I'm pumping the brakes on this guy for a little bit. Don't think he's the face of the NBA, despite what a lot of people are saying. Is he a top 10 player? Probably. I'd have to make a new top 10 list. I haven't really thought about it. But face of the NBA? No. Now, with that being said, I hate Karl-Anthony Towns. I said that Minnesota Timberwolves should get rid of Karl-Anthony Towns. And they ended up doing that. And they got, like I said, Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo. Now, this was the first or second time that Randle and these guys played together from what I heard them say on the broadcast. So I'm going to hold off judgment. It is early in the season, and they really didn't play much together in the preseason. So I'm going to hold judgment on that for a bit before I really start giving my take on where I think this Minnesota Timberwolves team is. I think it's definitely going to put more of a spotlight and put Rudy Gobert in the hot seat now that he doesn't have another 7-footer big playing with him to take some of that pressure off of him and what is expected from him. So we'll see how he deals with that. But I like Randall's game more than Cat. I think Cat doesn't utilize his size, and he's not aggressive, and he shoots too many threes, and Julius Randle is the opposite of that. Does Karl-Anthony Towns have more potential given his skill set and his size? Yes, but he doesn't capitalize on it. And that's my big problem with Cat a lot of the times. So I need to see these guys play together more to see how this Randle and Edwards dynamic is going to work. I don't know if I want Mike Conley to be my starting point guard anymore. I would rather have Mike Conley come off the bench. And if I have somebody else that could run the offense with Mike Conley as my backup, I think I would like that a lot more. Because right now, there's a reason Ant Edwards took so many shots. It's not a whole lot of offensive options and other people that can create on the floor right now until Julius Randle gets up to speed on what's expected from him and how to play within the Minnesota Timberwolves offense and what coach wants from him, what kind of positions he wants to put him in to score. He should already know where his spots are. He's been in the league long enough. So we'll see how this pans out. But right now, I think currently the Wolves aren't as good as they were last year, especially in the playoffs. But we'll see how things happen. I do think they need to get a deeper bench and either develop these guys or look to make some trades. Joe Ingles is a good player, so I would like to see him get more minutes. Now, what everybody came to see me talk about, more than likely, the Los Angeles Lakers. With all the hoopla, and if you've been following this channel, you know how I feel about the whole Bronny James all the way back pre-draft and all the shenanigans that happened. Y'all know I feel like he shouldn't be on an NBA team, and there's more deserving players, especially the fact that he got a guaranteed 2-year contract, which is nuts. But anyway, besides all that, okay, congratulations. They stepped on the floor for the same time. Bronny played 3 minutes, shot up some bricks, and was removed for the rest of the game. I'm glad they got that out the way because I didn't want that looming over this season. So thank you, JJ Redick, for just getting that out the way and sending that bum to the bench. Now, anyway, if you've been a member of this channel, you know that I've been critical of both LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but I also give them their credit when credit is due. Do I like a lot of the antics and extra stuff that both of these guys do, especially LeBron James? No. Do I think Anthony Davis is soft? Yes. Do I think he plays to his potential all the time? No. Especially when you consider how much he's available. Well, he was more or less available last season. And as far as LeBron James, a problem that I have with LeBron James is that he monopolizes the ball too much. He has showed small sample sizes of him letting Anthony Davis be the focus point and the leader on the floor, playing through him in a small amount of games. And he only tends to do this, from what I remember and from what I recall, is during the playoffs. But it's problematic because you haven't played that way all season. Now, all of a sudden, you want to play a different way come playoff time for whatever reason, to preserve yourself, whatever the case may be. That's not how you play basketball. Play a certain way from the beginning of the season so players understand how to play in that dynamic. People get comfortable. They know what their roles are so that you're not presenting them with something completely new in critical points of the season. And then they're sitting there looking lost like, well, I don't know what you want from me. We haven't played like this all season. What is this? What are these schemes? What is this passive LeBron James? More passive than we've been used to seeing. Why isn't he holding on to the ball as much? And now you want to put people in position to do the things that they've been wanting to do, but they've been told not to do because they've played into the system. Now, with that being said, how LeBron James played this opening night game, this is how I want him to play the entire season. Let Anthony Davis take the reins, play through him, especially if he's engaged offensively, he's going to be more engaged defensively. And then let these other guys be more aggressive, have some shine offensively, and not relegate these players to just catch and shoot basketball players when they're capable of so much more. Look how these guys played when they were able to capitalize on their actual talents and play in a role that they would be. LeBron played a great game. Wasn't monopolizing the ball, passed it around, let D'Lo run the offense a bit, let Austin Reeves run the offense a bit, and you see the balance in the box score across the roster. LeBron James, 16, 5, and 4 on 7 for 16 shooting. No, I'm not saying I expect this guy to average 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists for the entire season. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure LeBron's going to be right there around 24 points per game, 7 and 7, something along those lines. That's what I expect. But he can do that without monopolizing the ball and taking away net positives from other players and their contributions that are beneficial to the team. And this is why I said, screw the numbers. I don't give a damn about the numbers. Like I said, you might look at it 16, 5, and 4. Oh, LeBron didn't have a good game. No, he had an actually damn good game. And the Lakers thrived when he took a step back, let the actual best player now be the best player, and let these other guys contribute. And this is what you get. Granted, it's only one team. Like I said, Timberwolves are a good team, but I don't think they're an elite team right now. But we'll see how they match up when they play against better teams. As teams get all oiled up and players get oiled up a couple weeks into the season, we'll see. But from what I've seen so far, I like this version of the Lakers. This is the type of Lakers basketball I want to see. And aggressive Anthony Davis, who's relishing in being the number one option, and LeBron James letting him be the number one option, and LeBron James letting these other guys do what makes them good at their job. And this is what you get. Better balance, more confident players, better ball movement, the ball not sticking to one player. And when they're getting it into Anthony Davis, from what I've seen from this game, he was very decisive and quick with his movements and aggressive. And I love to see it. This is a good brand of Lakers basketball. This I'm willing to accept. But we'll see if LeBron James continues to play like this. Like I said, I don't give a damn about the numbers. The numbers are going to be what the numbers are. But the eye test showed me everything. I didn't look at the box score till after I watched the game. I didn't look at the box score. And I'm watching the game, I was like, I love how LeBron James is playing right now. Give a damn about the numbers. And I like how everybody else is playing. Whether people are making shots or not, they were playing hard on both ends of the floor, and I can see a very different Austin Reeves, a very different D'Lo, a very different Rui, a very different Anthony Davis, a different LeBron than what I was used to seeing for the most of last season. I love the balance. I love the teamwork. If these guys play like this and continue to get better, yeah, I think the Lakers can be contenders if they play like this. But if this turns back into the system, it's not going to be good for the Lakers. And LeBron goblins, Bronsexuals, Bron goblins, Brod gobs, they'll sit up here all day. Look at his stats. Look at his stats. X amount of years old, X amount of seasons played, 25, 8 and 9, 25, I was like, yeah, but we're losing. We're at the bottom of the conference. What are you talking about? That's not contributing to winning basketball. The system ain't the answer. He doesn't impact the game like he used to. These are just the facts. But this is it. This is it. Bron Goblins, I know y'all are obsessed with stats and numbers, but this is what I'm talking about. I'll even accept the -6 and the +/-. I'll accept it. But he let Anthony Davis be an MVP caliber Anthony Davis. But it's going to be up to AD to keep this up. It's going to be up to LeBron James to keep this up. It's going to be up to JJ Redick to hold these two guys accountable. And if you feel like Anthony Davis isn't being aggressive enough. If you feel like LeBron James is taken away from the team or taken away from AD, you got to call both of these guys out. On LeBron for overstepping and for Anthony Davis for not putting his foot down. But we'll see. First game is in the bag. Lakers 1-0. Good start to the season. Let's go Lake Show. And hopefully we'll keep it moving. Also, if you notice, the minute Bronny James went in those small 3 minutes, the Minnesota Timberwolves went on an immediate run. I think it was like a 7-0 run or something like that. And they got right back into the game. I'm just saying. And I knew that was going to happen. The minute Bronny went in, I was like, these boys about to go on a run. Sure enough. Exposed. He got attacked immediately. Immediately he got attacked. Anywho, that's all I got to say about it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified. I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.